Hi, I'm Lisa, and welcome to Lesson 5 of Piano Video Lessons Note Reading course. In this lesson, we're going to expand our range to include the C's on either side of the notes that we've just learned and the C's that are all the way out here, high C and low C. We're going to practice these lessons using our workbook, and we're also going to practice them using the NoteRush app. So let's get started. In previous lessons, we mentioned the fact that notes move from line to space to line to space. The interesting thing is that when you get all the way out to the next octave, you're going to land on the other kind of note. So let's see how that works. Line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. So this C is a line and this C is a space. Then we also have the same thing here. Line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. This C is also a space. And this one is called bass C. Then we have middle C. And then we have treble C. So let's have a look at those on the staff. So here you see middle C on its line, and then here is treble C, and it is in the third space above the middle. And then we look at bass C, and we can see that it's in the third space down from the middle. And now that makes sense because they're both the same distance away from the middle, and so they should be the same distance away on the staff as well. So these are some notes that we're going to memorize as landmark notes. We're going to memorize treble C up 3 spaces and bass C down 3 spaces. So these two C's are landmark notes, and they're also space notes. We're also going to continue this and get all the way out to the next C's, which are line notes. So here we have C that's a line, C's that are in the third space, and then we have these outside C's that need ledger lines to be written, and they need 2 ledger lines. This one is 2 ledger lines above the staff, and it's high C, and this one is 2 ledger lines below the staff, and it's low C. If you see a note in the middle with 1 ledger line, it's middle C. If you see a note above the staff or below the staff and it's 2 ledger lines, those notes are high and low C. So these ones are kind of easy to spot just because they're so high and so low. Remember, they have 2 ledger lines. And then these ones, they're the only space guide notes that we've learned so far, but they're also 3 spaces from the middle. So let's go ahead and look at the bottom of our workbook here. We'll see there's QR codes for the NoteRush drills. The first one is for the new 5 landmark C's that we just learned, and the second one reviews these 5 notes plus all of the notes from the first 4 lessons. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of pencil practice, and then we'll come back and do the NoteRush drills together. So here we have a little bit of an example of these notes, and we're just going to practice drawing them. So in order to draw this C, you have to draw the 2 small lines yourself. So try to make them the same distance from each other as each of these little lines, main lines of the staff are, and then draw your bass C on the second line. Same thing here. Just make 2 ledger lines and then draw the note around that lowest one. Okay, now we'll practice drawing bass C, and we're memorizing these notes now. We're not referencing them to other notes because these are landmarks. So now we want to make sure we're counting down 3 spaces and drawing the C in that third space from the top. So counting down 3 spaces and drawing bass C in each of those measures. All right, now we can practice middle C. This one's just a nice little ledger line. You can make it closer to the bass staff, or you can make it closer to the treble staff. Either way, you want that distance to be around the same as it is between 2 staff lines. Then we have treble C, and again, we're going to be memorizing these notes. So we want to be sure to place it exactly in the third space up from the middle. All right, counting up 3, drawing treble C. Treble C up 3, bass C down 3. Now we have this high C above the staff, and again, draw 2 ledger lines and place a high C on your ledger line. I didn't do such a good job on this one, it's a little too close. But memorize these notes and remember that they need 2 ledger lines. We're going to be playing those other notes eventually, so we need to make sure that we can discern these high and low Cs from the others. All right, let's go back to our NoteRush app. Okay, so once we've scanned the code using our custom levels menu on NoteRush, just push the yellow play button here at the bottom. That takes us right into the drill. So now we'll press that big yellow play button in the middle, and I'm going to walk you through this. All right, so we'll start off by calibrating. And now this is our high C, 2 ledger lines above. Middle C now, right in the middle. This is bass C, down 3 spaces. And there's our low C, 2 ledger lines below. Middle C again. And here's up 3 spaces, treble C. Easy as that. So let's load that app again and let's try using a different, I'll X out, and we're just gonna load a different theme here. Let's load the space theme. Try and see if we can beat our score from the last try. All right, that was fun. So we did our 5 landmark Cs, we got a new high score, and now let's go back over to our workbook where we're going to practice naming our new guide notes plus all of the notes we've learned in the previous lessons. All right, so this page is not very tricky, but you should probably not just say C for all the answers. You could use MC for middle C, BC for bass C, LC for low C, and then we'll have TC for treble C and HC for high C. All of the answers are at the back of the workbook, so you can go ahead and check those if you have the workbook. And then the last page here for this lesson includes a lot of notes that we've also been working on in previous lessons. So this first one is one of our new notes. It's up 3 spaces, so you know what that note is, right? It's your treble C. And then we have a note that's very close to middle C. It's a neighbor. That one is D. Here we have a note that's close to guide note G, treble G. It's one neighbor below, that's F. Then we have this very low note. We know that one is bass C. No, that one is low C. Got the wrong answer there, Lisa. Low C. Then we have one of our other guide notes that's on a line. That one is bass F. We can just call it F. Then we have its neighbor E. Let's see what else we have here. We have a note that's 3 spaces down from the middle. We know that one is bass C. And then we have a note that's 2 lines above. Here we have high C. You could also play all these notes on your piano. That's a fun way to make sure that you know where they all are. And then the notes, again, start to include some others that we haven't just done in this lesson that we covered in our previous lessons. This one is a neighbor of treble G. That makes it A. And here we have a note that's up 3 spaces. That's our treble C. Then we have a note that's very close to treble G. It's the neighbor below, making it F. Here we have down 3 spaces, one of our new notes, bass C. Then we have middle C. And this one's not a guide note. It's a skip below F. So here we have D. All right, so you can go ahead and complete this exercise, and you can also check your answers at the back, and then join me in lesson 6, where we're going to continue learning even more notes. We'll see you in the next lesson.